I think one of the things that oddly enough worked in our favor along the way is that we didn't take any advice from anybody that was in the franchise industry, or we took very little advice from folks within the franchise industry. So a lot of the stuff that we did was just our way of doing things. We did later realize, oh, hey, we should probably conform in these areas to avoid some risk down the road. But we did what we did in our own way.
Why is that? Was that did you want to do things differently? Did you not agree with a lot of things that they said?
Honestly, I think there was probably a little bit of hubris there. Like we didn't really know what we didn't know and didn't bother finding it out. And we were operating on a shoestring budget. So I remember there was a franchise expo that we were going to go to in Orlando. And Chris and I joked that maybe we should pretend like we were married because we would get a discount. If the second person attending was a spouse, but it was expensive. It was like $3,000. We were just like, I remember saying, hey, if I want to go here and meet these people, why don't I just pull up the vendor list and go down and do research on each of those companies and figure out if there's somebody on that list that we want to talk to. And I actually did. I called out and talked to a few of the companies on that list. Funny enough, at like Outdoor Living Brands, I had connected with the leadership of that company, I think in 2019, just kind of like seeking some mentorship and somebody I could call and talk to. And funny enough, that ended up being part of the company that acquired us in 2021. We didn't intentionally say, no, we're not going to take advice from anybody. We also didn't necessarily seek it out except in very specific ways. And it took me a couple of years of operating before I actually reached out to somebody for some guidance. I'm glad I did.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you regret that decision or do you think it was the right move at the time?
I think it was the right move at the time.
Yeah.
I don't have the tattoo, but no regrets for me. Like the way things work out are the way that's just the way things work out. If
Yeah.
things go poorly and I could have done better, then I try to get better with that stuff. But if things go poorly and it was beyond my control, it's just okay. I can't sweat that.